are open source programs that take part in those sort of programs. They get people to contribute to their code base, open source newbies, and then they pay them to contribute. And I think there are some people that their career, what they are doing as a profession is contributing to a particular open source project. Yeah. So anytime if you've ever contributed to a public repo on any source code management, on any source code management, is I get you've contributed to open source before. So Outreachy is a program whereby all these communities that would want people to contribute to their projects, they apply to it. They apply to Outreachy to get interns that will work on their projects for them. Let me go to Outreachy's website on during because Outreachy application will start in next month for the next batch. So I don't know if I'm allowed to share my screen.
Yeah,
Am
go
I allowed to
on.
share my screen?
Yeah, sure, go on.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So let me go to Outreachy's website. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Can you all see my screen? Okay.
Yep.
So you can see my screen. Outreachy provides internship in open source and open science. Okay. So intern applications are accepted from Jan. So application will start this month actually. So I guess this is a very good time to have this meeting. So that's for Outreachy. So let me show you the projects for my sets for Outreachy. First of all, I would like to know, are we all developers here? Are we all developers? Do we have graphic designers? Do we have people that are non-developers here? But obviously you're still in tech. Do we have, I don't know, you can just indicate in the chat. Are we all developers here? Okay. Aneka. So what do you do, Aneka?
Okay, basically, I'm into, I like to call it documentation or project writing. Project you write about tech projects and so on. So that's what I base myself on.
Okay, so I think a lot of that's nice. So like an can apply to Outreachy because I feel like a lot of people feel like Outreachy is only for developers, but Outreachy is for anybody that's interested in open source. Graphic designers apply to Outreachy, UI UX designers, data scientists apply to Outreachy. Those that just starting out, there's a project that even has a requirement of just HTML and CSS in it. Not that they are very simple things to do, but outreach is for everybody. Outreach is for everybody. So the first thing that happens during an outreach application, the application cycle is that there's something called the initial application. This for last year. There's something called the initial applications. So in the initial applications, they would like to know if you are the candidate that they're looking out for. First, outreach requires that you spend 30 hours a week on the pro. If you are selected as a mentee, they require that you spend 30 hours a week on your project. So they look at, are you still in school? If you're still in school, then you have to submit your school's academic calendar. You could submit a link to them, or you can upload it. You can upload it into a file sharing application like Google Drive, and then make sure it's open, and then submit it to them. Then they'll look at your school calendar and check if you are eligible for and check if you are eligible for the current batch of outreach that you're applying for. Yeah. So yeah. Then another thing they also check is have faced some somehow disadvantaged, that have faced some any form of stigmatization. It could be because of your gender, it could be because of the color of your skin, any reason. If you've ever faced, if you feel, if you are somehow disadvantaged in by reason of who you are, by reason of who you are in the current climate that you are habiting in, then you are eligible for outreach. So if you're a female, you could talk about how, like, I'm an engineering student, and I'm an engineering student in a science school, just a science school, Futo. So I talked about, because we are like, the ratio of females to guys in my department is, as in, it's quite more, there are more guys than females in my department. So you could talk about something like that. I also know someone that passed the application phase by talking about how he lives in Owerri, and because of opportunities as to those people that stay in somewhere like Lagos, that's also your disadvantage in that sense. You can also talk about your economic, how you are disadvantaged economically. You could talk about how you have to wait for free resources to be able to start your tech career, stuff like, your story, how from the internet, they would know if you copy and paste from the internet. So just be very genuine when you're telling your story, and don't just say something very generic. Go talk about your personal experiences. Yeah. So once you're sure your school will not be in session, at least you have a minimum of 45 free days during the outreach cohort that you're applying, and that you have written a good essay with personal experiences talking about how you're disadvantaged in your current climb, or you face some of the stigmatization in your current climb, then there is every possibility, all things being equal, that you are accepted in the contribution phase. Now, in the contribution phase, that's where it's like the survival of the fittest, because it's very competitive in the contribution phase. Now, obviously, there are some projects that will get more applicants than the other. Are you guys still with me? I feel like I'm talking to myself. I don't know. Are you still with me?
Yeah, yeah, we're still here.
Yep, I'm
Yes, we're here.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we are here. Your
Can
network
you hear us?
might be having
can you
network
hear
issue.
us?
Hello?
I think she's having network
Oh,
issues.
okay.
Yeah, you can reshare your screen
But can
again.
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay, you heard everything I just said, right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, please share your screen.
Yeah, you heard what I said about the contribution phase, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes. I said the contribution phase is the competitive phase. Um, yeah. So now I don't want anybody to leave here feeling discouraged that he cannot apply to our outreach. Even though you just said tech yesterday, the best thing, you said coding or doing anything in tech yesterday, I encourage you to still apply, because even let's say you don't make it as an intern, the experience, what you get from it, um is in itself rewarding in a way. It's itself rewarding. So I encourage everybody to apply for outreach. Don't self-reject, because there are some people that said, they said last in 6 months and they got accepted as outreach interns. So outreach is for everybody. You just need to check the project that is aligned with your current skill set and interests, and then you apply. So there are some projects that could be getting more intern interest than the rest. And please don't say because you it's like survival of the fittest. You're not going to help anybody. They not like obviously that even though there's no reward for doing good, you should still be doing good. But some communities, if there's way that I can help another person, please do that. So yeah, so it's more I know some people that merge like only 4 pull requests. I know people that merge 12 pull requests. I know people that merged only 1 pull request that was not even merged into the main branch and it got accepted into the internship. So it's just ensure what people are looking at is that you're interested. You've done your homework during that contribution phase. You know a lot about the projects that you're doing. You've showed enough interest in the community. Those are the things that people look out for, especially that interest. Always show up on the Slack channel in the community. Don't let there be a day that they are don't let there be a day they're looking for it and they are looking for you and they don't find you. Yeah, so that's what that the contribution phase is quite intense, but the reward is the contribution phase is quite intense. I want to like because it's like competition, and then it's just but the strength that you used to start, you see strength to finish it.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Maureen, please, can you share your
So
screen?
just don't get discouraged. A lot of Oh, okay. I've not started. Later on, I will show you the face. This
All right, all right, all right,
thing.
all right.
I just wanted to show you the project list. I just wanted to show you the project list. So that's about the contribution phase. So I want to show you that, and let me share my screen and show you that there are diverse projects for different people in different aspects of tech. Those for applying for outreach. So let me go to my this for December to 22 March. Yeah. So once you come here now, during that contribution phase, you pick a particular project that you're interested in. Personally, I picked OpenTelemetry. Before I picked OpenTelemetry, I thought that there were a lot of projects that I was interested in. So I was thinking that I could contribute to the whole 3 projects during the contribution phase, and then anyone could pick me. Because you have like a minimum of 3 projects, or I think 2 projects that you can apply to. So I was thinking that during the contribution phase, I can contribute to all 3 or all 2. But once it, anyway, it depends on your level of expertise. Once you start contributing, it could take up a whole lot of your time, and you don't have time to contribute to any of their projects. So when I came to Open Telemetry, I saw that they were only picking 1 intern. So that was one thing that discouraged me, that I said I was not going to apply. But later on, do you know what? They picked 2 interns for their 2 different projects. So some people could see a project picking 5 interns and they will go to that project. That project will have more competition than another project that's picking only 1 intern. So I saw the skill set here is Golang, CI, building open telemetry collector components. I when I was entering out, I'm not. Is the, what the, I actually was contributing to the project. Control they will apply for Outreachy, but they like so I was contributing to their project in view of if they apply to Outreachy, at least I have more advantage over other candidates than them. But later on, they not apply to Outreachy, so I had to switch gears. I applied to that CNCF project. Golang and continuous integration that I'm very, very that was I would say I was very comfortable with before in the whole of this skill set here. Golang, I just said Golang when I applied. Building open telemetry collector components. I did not have any experience doing this particular skill set. So even though you don't have the skill set that is listed there, still apply. Now, me normally when I hear people say this thing, I used to feel like even though I don't have the skill set, I can apply. They can still choose me. It's not like that. Like even if you don't have the skill set, uh, show that you have the ability to show that you have the interest and the enthusiasm to learn that skill set. So the thing is, if you don't have that set, you have to show that you have the ability to acquire that skill set. I have enough interest to acquire that skill set. So that's what, yeah. So if you, so I've already told you, so you can check the projects. Normally this what happens, you go to the projects that you're interested, then you can see this on Python, Git version control, ML. You can see that Python is required, Git version control is preferred, ML is preferred. So we have Python here to be 5. So they're looking for someone that has experienced or has the ability to showcase that experience during that contribution phase. Mhm. So there's also one for there's a project here for graphic designers. There's a project here for design, user interface design. There are projects here for, yeah, you can see for graphic design. There's one for those that want to do report writing, editing. So it depends. Look at, there's one for HTML and JavaScript. So that's why I say outreach is for everybody. So never self-reject for yourself. Committees are looking for various people to contribute to their projects. So once you're done with the contribution phase, keep contributing after the contribution phase. It shows that you're very interested in that committee if you keep on contributing if you keep on contributing and even though they don't measure your period, add it as part of your contribution. If you ask a question, anything like this, all contribution to the community, add it to your add it to you, and ensure that your mentors know you. Like when you enter into a committee, go into the DMs of your mentors and introduce yourself. After the contribution phase, tell them thank you for guiding you, just so that they know, because it's those mentors that would choose the people that would be a part of their committee. Yeah, so that's then let's talk about your getting the obviously we know that Outreachy enough motivation for you to apply to Outreachy. Outreachy, and there are other there's according to Outreachy is applying to Outreachy is a win-win situation because you get to build real life projects that have impact, like the project I'm building. I'm very excited about it because it has impact. Like OpenTelemetry has like thousands of developers using it, and I'm working with developers that are working in Google, Splunk, Grafana. They are reviewing my code. I get to interact with them, so it gives you that exposure, right? And I'm working on a project that people are going to use. So I feel then those that are very passionate about stuff, that I feel that would help you to that will motivate you to apply to Outreachy. Apply to Outreachy. Another reason you get to apply to Outreachy is there is this particular is it CubeCon? Yeah. That's if you're contributing to a CNCF project, but there's a very high chance that you could be sponsored to go to CubeCon if you're contributing to like a CNCF project. There could be other perks for other communities, but I don't know yet. I'm a DevOps engineer, so that's why I wanted to contribute to CNCF projects because I like contributing to projects that use as
Okay.
DevOps.
Yeah,
Um,
Maureen. Yeah. So you keep mentioning CNCF.
yeah.
I'm not sure most people might understand what CNCF means. So if you could,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, CNCF, Cloud Native Computing Foundation, they are the ones in charge of like projects like Kubernetes, Prometheus. Yeah, everyone know, we know Kubernetes, container orchestration tool. Yeah, that's what they're about. They have they are the ones that are in charge of those open source projects that are used for cloud native projects like Kubernetes, Prometheus, the like. Yeah. But then there are other communities like um Moja Global. We have um I think one Java project is here, but I don't know where it is. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I was clear enough about what CNCF is. Okay, CNCF is Cloud Native Computing Foundation. Okay, let me see whether I can Google it and get it. Let me share my screen is I'm sharing my screen already, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You can also see my screen. Okay. CNCF. Okay, so we are talking about the subject of this discussion is outreach, but there are other open source internships like CNCF. Most CNCF projects, CNCF has their own LFS mentorship. So it's only CNCF projects that are in that one. That one pays $3,000, and application will start February. And unlike Outreachy, you don't need to uh, you don't need to submit your academic calendar and the rest of them. You just need to show that you're competent enough to contribute to the project, and then they'll pick you. They don't care if you like. Hey, if you're working, you can't apply to outreach unless you're willing to quit your job. But with open source internships like GSOC, Google Summer of Code, LFX, they don't they don't check for your time commitments. As far as you can deliver, um, they would accept you. So let's look for so CNCF is just a this thing. CNCF is the body, right? It's the body that have projects like we know Kubernetes, we know Prometheus. Those are actually graduated projects of CNCF. So that's what CNCF is about. I hope I was clear.
All right.
Then let all right. So I guess that will be all. If there's any question, you can ask me.
So I think, yeah. So according to the website, the application starts January 16th. Why are they so early?
Yeah, January 16th.
I thought the last time I looked at it, the last batch was throughout the month of February, but now they are like very early. Hmm.
Yeah, I have no idea. You know, even during our study, we are shifting the time. When they say they are going to announce interns was not when they announced the interns. When they say they are going to start release application, that's not when. So I don't know. It's something that you have to ask them actually organizers, and they are hosting an info session soon. So ensure you sign up for that as well. Let me check the date for that. And but any other person can ask a question.
Yeah, Emmanuel, your hand is raised.
Okay, hi. What else? Who else can apply for internship at CNCF?
Okay, anybody can apply for internship at CNC. Are you talking about outreach? Like
No, no,
CNCF projects that apply
CNCF.
to outreach,
I thought
LFX.
it's a different internship entirely
Okay,
from Outreachy.
CNCF, no, CNCF, no. Okay, CNCF is different from outreach, right? CNCF applies as a mentor organization in outreach. Yeah, so I don't think they have CNCF does not. The only internship that they have for themselves is LFX mentorship, but they also apply to other open source internships like Google Summer of Code and Outreach. Just like we have CNCF, we have Moja Global also. So they are all organizations, they are all bodies that apply to Outreach to source interns to contribute to their projects. I hope
So,
was I
so
clear
which?
enough?
Yeah, that's cool. So, which of them did he say don't have to ask you about your school calendar and all of that?
Yeah, that's a different open source internship. That's LFX mentorship, and they will start application February for next batch. So, like I think
Okay.
that I will so you can be monitoring it when they update it. I'll send it here on the Slack.
Okay,
Okay.
Anyaka,
Okay.
your hand is
Thank
up.
you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Marianne. Of course, this question I might ask might sound a bit out of place, but anyway, let me go ahead. I've not been able. I'm new to this, as you heard. I told you I'm mostly in technical writing and some other stuff. Now, what are the advantages? You do not outline the advantages clearly. Why would I? Maybe I'm a lone developer. I just develop some project here and there. Why would I deviate from whatever I'm doing to come and join this open source project? You said OpenRichi and the other one. Please, could you state some advantages or some incentives? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. So you said you're a writer, right? Is that what you do?
Yeah, yeah,
You
of course.
write?
Yes,
Okay,
I do.
so
Yes, that's majorly. I also play with Python a bit, but I like to classify.
you also code. You also code.
Yes, of course, but I would like to classify myself as a writer, but I code with
Okay, that's
Python.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're working as a writer. Um,
Yes, yes,
for
yes.
okay, what I would say is a major advantage for applying to Outreachy is the exposure that it gives you. Now, okay, this is not only unique to Outreachy. I would say even though you don't get into Outreachy, I think I feel it's very important for people to contribute to open source because of I hear when people are starting out in tech, they ask them to build to do app. They ask them to build all these they ask them to build projects that later on nobody might need. But if you're contributing to open source, you're killing a lot of stones, a lot of birds with one stone. First, if you're contributing to open source, like let's even forget about under outreach, there are people there to help you. The community is there to help you. If you indicate interest, if you indicate interest in solving a particular problem and you've shown the initiative to research about solving that problem, there you have free mentorship. And nothing is the impact your work will have. So you could talk about that you fixed an issue that affected 5,000 people. Like let's say a project like the big projects like SciPy, big projects like Kubernetes. They have like thousands of users. So you could on your when you're writing your CV, even when you're applying to found companies, they like when you at least numbers. So you can write, I managed a PR fixing unclear bug areas that helped 5,000 users that help 5,000 users. You know how you're going to put it. So you have a project that's actually helping people, not just a toy project. If you're building a project on your own, that you just build to help yourself, you have a project that's actually helping people. So I think that's one of the advantages of
Maureen, you're breaking. I can't hear you. It's just me. I
Can't
can't.
hear anything.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Her network is misbehaving.
Okay.
But someone here who is conversant could follow up what she was trying to
Yeah.
explain.
Okay. So basically, the whole concept of open source is actually contributing to projects that actually have an impact. So she was explaining that rather than building projects, so it's nice to build projects on your own. Yeah, you can really learn a lot. But when it comes to open source now, you actually, first of all, open source will increase your technical skills because first of all, you will learn a lot to be able to even contribute to an actual code base and actually make a meaningful contribution to the solution the project is about. So that takes an extra level of technicality outside your comfort zone of just building a project by yourself. And also that alone now, also makes your own resume, stand out. Because when an employer sees that, oh yeah, this person contributed to, let's say you contributed to, let's say Kubernetes, and you are a DevOps engineer. Once you have that on your portfolio, like, hey, I contributed to Kubernetes open source code, that actually speaks volume, because they know that, okay, this person is not just a normal developer working on, a, little project, actually has experience working, on meaningful large projects. So that itself separates you from another DevOps engineer that only has little pet projects that don't really have actual impact, don't really have actual value. So contributing open source actually gives you that incentive. And another thing, so when it comes to Outreachy, so Outreachy is not free. So they don't just so they are actually taking the mantra of, you know, giving you some sort of incentive while contributing. So Outreachy is actually 7,000 US dollars they're going to pay you, I think, in two installments for your contribution you are going to do during the period of the program. So it's not like you are just, so, it's all round incentive. You gain the experience, you gain the mentorship, because you're actually going to be working with, the people that actually build the project, the mentors, the code maintainers. All of them are actually available to answer whatever question you have and actually guide you through making your contribution. So it's a whole different experience. And also, you could even get employed, after contributing. I know some people that contributed in Google Season of Docs, and now they're working full time at that company as a full time engineer or whatever. So there are different incentives to it. So I don't know. Let me get her to join 1 minute. I don't know why network is having some issues. I'll be back. Babes, join. No, where you?
All
God.
right, thank you for that explanation. I really see the hindsight and why someone would do so. I hope it's really, as it says, as open to everybody, right? As quantum, anything you are doing in the tech ecosystem, so you could find it out with Outreachy and work accordingly. So thank you. If the link is dropped, I'll register. Thank you very much.
All right.
Good evening.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Good evening. Are
Yeah.
you hearing me?
Yeah. Yeah. I can hear you. Yeah.
Um, my name is Abasiawa Kono. I'm a web developer. I use CMS, content management, CMS. Please, I want to find out this open source. Like she actually talked about open source, and I wanted to ask her if like we can get a link to some of the site which this open source internship are being given, so that maybe someone can check out and then apply whenever he wish to.
Okay. Okay. I think I have a list like that. I would also try getting from her. Yeah, so there are many open source programs. Yeah, front end devs, back end devs, whatever you do, you have a chance to apply.
Okay, so please, if you like have the link, how can I get
Okay, yeah, I will drop
how
after
can
the.
I get it the link? Because
Okay, yeah, so I will
I
drop.
don't know.
I will
Apart from
drop.
this, I'm getting only the full information.
So the links will be dropped on the group. I also drop a link for other open source internships because there are many. Outreach is just
Which
one.
which are the group? Is it this group? Because I'm only getting sorry,
Yeah,
excuse me.
yeah,
Which
yeah.
other group? Because I'm only getting mails from you guys. I'm not belonging to any group apart from this mail I just get from you guys. So I want to know if there is any group I can also join so that I
Wait,
can be getting information.
you aren't on our WhatsApp group.
You know,
Okay, let me.
I'm only getting mails containing this.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I'll drop the link to join the WhatsApp group on the chat. For
Okay,
anyone else that is not part of the group, you can also join.
okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
all right. Oh, Maureen, you're back.
Okay, thank you, Victoria.
All right.
I'm so sorry. My battery died. That's why. But I just plugged in the power bank. But this is my phone as hotspot and the battery died. I forgot to do that.
All right.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm so sorry for the whole interruptions.
Yeah, Jewel, you have a question, right?
I don't know. Did I
Yes, yes,
complete
I do.
Anyekan's question?
I tried to follow up.
Yes, someone was able to continue and answer from where you had stopped. He
So
spoke
yeah,
about several other you could get paid and so on. So I got the full information from him.
you could also drop
Okay, no problem.
some,
Thanks.
I don't know, maybe other benefits of open source that you might know of, so you could add to that.
Okay, I think that's it. If you're contributing under open source programs like Outreachy,
Mm.
GSOC, you could get paid. Like Outreachy pays $7,000, LFX pays $3,000, GSOC pays $1,500 to $3,000 to Nigerians. MLH pays about 1,000. MLH fellowship pays like $1,300 to Nigerians. So the payment is there too. But and also building a project has a lot of impact. Yeah, that's just it. It just gets you out of your shell to a greater audience. If you, yeah, that's it.
And
Um,
another Okay, and
I
another thing I've also noticed about people that contribute to open source, it helps you overcome this stuff of like most people when they are learning they get stuck in tutorial hell. They aren't making real progress because every single time you hear, okay, what can I build, what should I build, all this confusion that people learning actually have. But this helps drags you out of your hand holding, of tutorials and the rest, and actually puts you in the real world,
yeah,
actually see how software is built. All right, Joel, you can
yeah,
go on.
true.
Okay, good evening.
Yeah.
So, um, I actually have two questions, right? So the first one is, Maureen said something about um someone who has a job.
Okay, no
If I
problem.
go her well, she said something about someone who has a job having to quit their job for the internship, right? So
Sorry, I did not
I
get
was
that.
wondering. I said, if I got you well, I think I heard you say something about like if you have a job already and you want to apply for the
Okay.
Outreachy Internship, sometimes you have to quit a job, like
Yes.
join
Yeah.
them
You.
fully. Yeah. So yeah, that's not exactly like my point of interest, right? And the question I want to ask is, how about students, right? If you're a student, is there something that students have to do to in that line of action? Like, is there something that you have to do to join the Outreachy Internship aside from what you have said? Like concerning that job owners having to quit their job, is there something that students, or do they even allow students?
Okay. Yes, they do allow students. I was in my final year when I applied. So they allow students. It's just that you have to be on break during that period. Like if they you would submit a minimum of 45 days free before you are accepted into the initial
Maureen,
application. So it's just if you're in session during this particular May to May to August cohort, then you could apply for the next cohort that you are applying to. Like if you're in session during this particular May to
I can't hear anything.
Maureen, your network is foggy again.
hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah,
Okay, can you hear me
yeah,
now?
Yeah.
Okay, I was
yes, yes.
saying that. Okay, nice. So I was saying that for students, you have to ensure that you're not in session during the particular outreach cohort that you're applying to. Like you submit your academic calendar, and your academic calendar has to show that you have a minimum of 45 free days to participate in the cohort that you're applying for. So let's say University of Uyo, if you're a student and you're not in your final year, if you're a student and you're not in your final year, you have to ensure that you have to ensure that during the cohort that you're applying for, your school will not be in session. But if your school will be in session, then you can apply for the next cohort that will happen December to March. Then if you're in your final year, you have to ensure that the year
Okay, you're
they
out
currently
again.
on is your. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Can you hear me now? Hello,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
yes,
hello.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, where did you what did you hear last?
And something about if you're in your final if you're not in your final year, like if your school is in session, then you can apply for the one from December to March.
Yes. But if you're in your final year, you can apply. You can still if you're in your final year, you can apply and indicate that the semester that you're currently on is your last semester and that you're in your final year of school. So
Okay,
that's yeah,
okay. So I said
that's for
I
senior.
have two questions.
Okay.
Um, yeah, the second one is I'm a writer, right? I'm a web content writer and a technical writer, and I was wondering. Well, I'm kind of new to this stuff, so I was wondering, do open source projects only have to do with code? Like, because I know that um, an open source project is one where you could like it's kind of like if there's a code that has been set up or something, right? You could take it and actually contribute. Like you could add your own, you could tweak it to your taste or whatever. So I'm wondering if open source projects only have to do with code. Like, are there other things?
Okay, thank you for your question. You say that you're a writer, you're a web
Yeah.
writer. Okay, open source does not have to do with
Hmm?
only code.
Content writer.
Okay,
Okay.
you're a content writer. Okay, that's great. Open source does not have to do with code only. You can contribute to open source as a designer, and like writing itself is a very important way like to contribute to open source. And there's this particular open source program that's just for writers. That's Google Summer of Documentation. Yeah. So
Okay.
even in Outreachy, there are there are projects that are just for writers. So communities are looking for people to improve their documentation. That's improve their documentation or improve maybe the content they have on their website. So code is not the only way to contribute to open source. And I'm sorry if I made you feel that way because maybe I'm sorry if I made you feel that way,
Nah, it's
but
not you.
you
It's
can
not you.
contribute you can contribute to open source as a writer. If you go to a GitHub repo, they have readme, and those readmes might have typo or they might have a better way to put something. So you can submit a PR in that like so everybody is welcome to contribute to open source. Open source is for everyone. Yeah, so that's just I hope I answered your question.
Okay.
And
Yes,
also,
yes, yes, you did. Thank you very much.
yeah, and also, I really know that. Okay, I don't know. I think in uni, so far in this community, there might be some misconceptions. Don't worry. I think later on, there's also an event I'm planning. I'm going to bring someone that will actually give, that actually does open source in a very more how would I put it, grand way or big way. So you will get to hear different aspects because there are different aspects to open source. You can contribute, about, okay, first of all, you can speak about the product, you can contribute to the documentation, to the code, you can contribute by being a maintainer, you can contribute in so many ways as a designer. So everybody, that's why even recently what they call this organization. Okay, yeah, Oktoberfest of that we just finished last year. They actually had to really spell it out in their contributions that hey, everybody is actually involved in this open source of it, because normally there's always this misconception that open source is just code. But yeah, do we have any other question for Maureen? So do
Yeah,
everybody?
you can also sorry
Yeah,
to add that you can also contribute as a video editor. You can contribute
yeah.
like I was attending this particular community meeting and they are looking like the person that normally organizes it was about to leave and she was looking for someone to continue. So as I guess that's for project management or something like that. But communities are looking for diverse set of people
Yes.
and it might seem like it's only code because it's only like developers that talk about open source a lot, but I there are other people too that contribute to open source in different ways. Yeah.
Okay, so I
So
want
you're
to know
welcome.
if anybody has any other question for Maureen. I don't know. Do everybody get the concept of outreachy? Understand how
Yes.
about applying?
Yeah, and let me clarify something about the eligibility. You
All right.
have to be 18 years and above. Then there's a particular one for students outside of the if you're a student in the now is Nigeria in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere? Let me Google that.
Nigeria
Nigeria.
is in the northern hemisphere.
Okay, Nigeria is in northern hemisphere. So according to the eligibility rules, according to the eligibility rules, you are for students in northern hemisphere, you only be eligible for the May to August round. So students in the northern hemisphere are eligible to only the May to August round. But if you're in final year, you are eligible to the two rounds. Then nothing is if you've participated in Google Summer of Code before, if you've participated in Google Summer of Code, you are not eligible for Outreachy. So that's nothing to take note. And if you're a student on a visa too, you have to check if your visa would allow you to work for 30 hours per week. So I'll just send you the link to the applicant's criteria so that you can go through it on your own. So I've sent it on the chat. So you can check that out. All right.
Joel, your hand is up. You can go on.
Um,
Okay, Joel, you can
yeah.
go on.
Okay, so Wisdom, you said you were going to have a meeting, right, concerning the whole open source thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You will
So
get.
I was wondering if we could like have some like a link on maybe the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, definitely. All events will be on the WhatsApp. You hear about it. Yeah.
And also, will the link for the WhatsApp group be posted here? Because I don't think I'm on it.
Yeah, it will be posted. Wait, you said what?
The link for the WhatsApp group. I don't think I'm on the group.
You're not
Okay,
on the
I've
WhatsApp
dropped
group.
the
Okay,
link to
check.
the WhatsApp group in the messages.
Your face is familiar.
Okay.
I'm surprised you're not in the group. That's serious.
So I could just check the messages, right?
Just click the link and you'll be added to the group. Yeah. So,
All right. Thank you. Thank
all
you.
right. So, any more message and
Okay.
questions for Maureen?
Okay, I dropped a link for the CNCF open source internship. So you can just monitor their GitHub and see whenever they so that you can watch out for the announcement for this coming LFX mentorship. So I just dropped the GitHub link on the chat for anybody that's interested. Okay, that's all.
I
All
think.
right.
Okay. Yeah. I believe everyone has. I hope this meeting has been helpful. You get because you know we have more to come like this. I'm sure you're used to the vibe. I bring only quality people over here, so this is Maureen. Um, your son name. Please can you pronounce
Ononiwu, Ononiwu.
Ononiwu? Okay, yeah. So I don't know. In case they want to reach you, maybe to review their initial application essays or just in future, can you drop?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm always available on LinkedIn, so I'll be happy to connect with everyone of you on LinkedIn. Thanks. So I just dropped my the link to my LinkedIn profile. Yeah,
So everybody go there and follow and connect. Disturb
yeah.
her.
Thanks. I
Disturb her
love
with,
to connect to
disturb her
you.
with your problems. The right person. All right. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, more.
Please
Okay.
also attend Outreachy's info session. It's happening
I think
this January, so you can
it's a Twitter space, right?
know it will be on YouTube.
Oh, you
It's
too.
be on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have the link.
Well, let me check the correct dates. Yeah, let me show you. That's January 17th. They'll be answering applicants' questions. So that will be another place to um I've sent the link
All
on
right.
the chat.
Wow, that is next week.
Yeah, the year has begun. No time.
Damn.
Um,
Oh my god.
that's why I
This
needed
January
I
fast.
needed to hold this event on time because I was thinking, I don't know, I didn't even know they updated it. I was thinking it's going to be
Okay.
application starting in February. I'm surprised. Starting, so you all should go over there, read the criteria, and start getting your essays intact for the initial application. All right. Thank you, Maureen. It's nice having you over at GDSC University of you. Hopefully we could do this some other time.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry for the interruptions. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
All right.
You don't need to apologize. You understand.
Uh,
This is
all
Nigeria.
right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Uh,
Victoria, do you have anything for us?
she has. She has. Definitely.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining. I don't actually have anything else to say, but also
Oh
I
my
hope to
god.
see everyone next week Saturday physically.
Oh
So
my.
it's been nice to see all of you there. So please, you should not forget to register and attend. Thank you all for joining today.
Let me draw fire
Hey,
emoji.
that last one, that last one. Oh, please say it again. Thank you. The last
Okay.
information I just gave.
Where is fire
Okay,
emoji?
you said what?
And everybody
No,
who and everybody
you didn't
Uti
get the last
Uti
information you just gave. That's why I want to say you repeat it again.
everybody Uti is my sponsor.
Yeah, Uti told us about your scores at what they call it again?
Uti is my boss. He's my
HND test.
mentor. He's the one that's teaching me. So
Eh?
I'm glad to be his presence, sir.
Hmm. I know you are whining us, but I believe.
She's definitely whining us.
Yes. But I
Victoria,
believe you.
Victoria, you were saying something. Can you recap?
Okay, so I was saying that we have our physical event next this coming Saturday, and I hope I'll see every one of us there.
All right. In case you did not hear, we are having our first physical event for the semester this Saturday,
Omo.
the 21st. Yeah. So please go on the site
What
at
time, please?
I think 9 a.m. Yeah.
Venue.
The venue will be at Third Form Auditorium.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the flyer will be out soon, so you get to see it. It's out, so you just post it. You just get to see it. Okay, I think that'll be all. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you for bringing this wonderful meeting up.
All right, see you on Saturday.
See you, boss.